You're listening to Legein Fio, a Dungeons & Dragons 5e actual play podcast, starring Kaitlyn G, Loganne Digma, Chrissie Annie H, and Nelly. Thank you for tuning in, and enjoy!
Welcome back to the adventure. Last we left off, we made it back to the castle, and, oh no, the entire city is in a hole. There's a hole now. After, reuniting, the queen with, her guard, you were all escorted over to the castle, which the castle itself has remained standing, though parts of the garden and the outside areas around it, not quite so lucky. So, as you all, walk up to this huge castle, the doors are opened up by, there are two guards on each side of the door. You walk inside to a huge main room. You can barely even see the ceiling from where you're standing. It's so high up. To the left and right, there are some pretty, large, wide hallways going off into different rooms. And further up ahead, is you can see a spiral staircase that goes all the way upstairs. There are a few people walking around. Mostly looks like cooks or maids, general helpers that don't have the same armor as the guards, so clearly not here for the combat, as most of the guards are still out in the town trying to help with repairs and the general public.
As we walk into the castle, what's the vibe of all of these maids and cooks and whatnot? How are they looking? How are they feeling?
Stressed beyond belief. They're running around. It doesn't seem like it's really their work so much as the general stress and panic from, oh my god, there's a f***ing hole in the city now. Right. So, as you are, stepping into the castle and kind of, taking it all in, Brie is, rather quickly, taken off with, some of her guards, who, seem to be talking to her about, next course of action and hopefully eventually, addressing the public. Over towards the left hallway, there is a dragonborn guard standing over there. Seems to be talking with a few of the other few guard members that are still inside. To the right, there is a... Oh god, I forgot. I don't know how to pronounce those the races. Here, I'm gonna type it, and someone else can say it for me, so I don't.
We'll establish the wrong pronunciation as correct.
Yeah, and also I don't, then no one has the chance to make fun of me.
That is actually really smart. I should start doing that.
Don't worry, we'll still find a way to make fun of you.
Wow.
There. That's the thing.
Well, some people say ASMR, but I say ASMR.
ASMR? ASMR?
What?
I don't know if ASMR is a good idea.
I think ASMR,
I don't like either of those.
Well, how do you guys say it?
I don't know,
but I don't like either of those.
ASMR?
I do love ASMR, though. That's hilarious.
If you keep saying it, it just gets weirder and weirder.
Oh my goodness. I love how we put this here, okay, no one can make fun of me for mispronouncing this if someone else says it, and we immediately just completely ruined it. I'm sure we're going to be getting a lot of comments about this.
Probably. It's fine.
I've heard
Everything's
it said
fine.
both ways.
It's like the Uranus or Uranus debate.
It's Uranus.
Yeah, it has to be.
It sure is.
Okay, there's one of those guys and he's standing off to the right.
Great, I love those guys.
There's an anus to the right.
God,
yeah, there is.
You know what? For this, all right, we're giving this NPC a great. Why not?
Thank goodness.
There
He is an ASMR.
Actually, no, we're gonna roll for it.
Perfect.
Alright, D20, let's see. It's a 5. It's not a very good.
Listen, flat butts are okay too.
Oh my goodness, we are 10 minutes in and already going off the rails and losing our gut minds. It's a great start.
With a 5, does that mean that they only have like a concaved butt? Like,
I think concave would be a flat 1. So it's not concave, but it's pretty flat.
okay.
The butt's in the hole.
Fine.
The butt's in
The rest of the hole.
Yeah, his butt fell off.
Is the butt in the room with us?
Is the butt among us?
Mugus?
Can we like restart the entirety of the day? Actually?
No,
Can we, like,
no,
go
this
back?
is perfect. No, this is perfect. This is the exact
Let's go back to
vibe.
when Philly died.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go back to when I woke up this morning.
It turns out that all of this has been a dream, like a near-death dream that Philly had. And it culminates with the guard. It culminates with a guard with a really flat butt.
Wait, what's flat butt doing? Is he just standing there?
Yeah. He is standing by, seems to be helping some of the maids as they kind of go back and forth. They might like stop and seem to be talking to him. While on the other side is the Dragonborn with some other guards and probably also some other workers, seeming to be talking and organizing some of the repairs.
I am going to kind of take a look around the castle. I want to, I feel like I kind of have like 2 objectives that I'm kind of just hoping like coincide. I want to like figure out where Bria's went so I can kind of like keep an eye on her. As well as I want to see if maybe they have like a study or a library that would have books on like deities from around the world.
It's so smart.
Thanks.
Let's see. We'll go ahead and do a perception check.
Oh, you just love me so much, don't you? Actually, my perception's pretty good now. My perception's pretty good now. It used to be my investigation I liked a lot, but perception's good too. Okay, so that's a 4. And then so it's a 6 in total, so it's better than a 4.
Alright, you're trying to look around, but you're kind of like so enraptured with like the big stained glass windows and
I thought you were gonna say something else.
It's so pretty, and you turn around and you accidentally run face first into a pillar.
Of course I do. I'm gonna kind of like step away from the pillar and just look around and hope no one saw that.
You can see a couple people are kind of looking at you a little confused, but as soon as you look over at them, they do the quick look away and scurry off.
I'm gonna
Lorelei was watching you.
I'm gonna turn to Lorelei and give her like a thumbs up.
She'll raise an eyebrow and just give you a very confused thumbs up as she looks back to the pillar. Find anything interesting on that pillar?
It's a very nice pillar.
I guess that happens with the tax money of the people.
Oh my gosh, I love it. So yeah, I guess I'll continue looking at the pillars in the stained glass then and see what I love so much about them. Figure out if I can be like enlightened by colored glass.
Okay.
See, now you got me interested in the library. Is there a study around here that I could see?
From where you guys are standing, just in the front,
Yeah.
No, you cannot see where it is, but Bree has mentioned there being a library before, so you know there's one somewhere.
I'll ask you as well, Kate. Do you think there's a reason we should talk to Flatbutt or Dragonborn?
I mean, I can't think of like a reason, but just purely for entertainment purposes and figuring out how this guy got such a flat butt, I feel like we have to.
And if Flatbutt's just talking to people right now, he's just doing his job, right?
Yeah, he's literally just trying to do his job.
Okay.
He's probably got like a husband and kids at home that he's trying to provide for. Or something.
You know what? Lorelei's gonna turn and walk towards him.
Okay.
She's not gonna interrupt whatever conversation he's having. She's just gonna stand there and watch. Just very, very intently.
Just like staring, or?
Just kind of like, I'd say a few paces back, just watching him have his conversation until he's done, and then she'll speak up. Hey.
Alright, so after a moment, the one maid that had been coming by seemed to have dropped something. He had paused to give it back to her. And then as soon as she goes off, he pauses a moment and then turns and just looks at you with this even kind of blank expression, doesn't give much away.
Lori's gonna extend her hand out. Lorelei, Alethea, nice to meet ya. We're the escorts of the Queen, and we're here on official business, you see.
He looks at you and raises an eyebrow and, like, tilts his head. But then he does reach out and he does shake your hand and, right? I haven't seen you around before.
As he takes her hand, she's gonna kind of just pull him in closer and look him in the eyes. Does this man look suspicious at all?
Make a, Alright, since you're catching him completely off guard here, make a insight check with advantage.
I love
Wonderful. This guy is nothing I want. I'm just trying to create conversation. Ooh, 19.
it. Ooh,
24.
dang.
Yeah, this guy he doesn't give you any bad vibes. He genuinely is just trying to do his job. And as far as he's concerned, you all just walked in, he's never seen you guys before, and then you came up, you grabbed his hand, and you jerked him down, and he's just trying to process this. Can you let go, please?
You're boring. All right. And she lets go of his hand.
He just stands back up and kind of brushes himself off and, like, looks at you like, so exactly where have you transferred from?
We transferred from a place that is confidential, I'm afraid. Only your queen and your royal mage can know.
Okay. And he's like, he kind of starts glancing around at, like, some of the, like, passing people, like, can someone please help me here? I don't know what's happening. But as no one comes around, he simply straightens himself up again and gives you a nod and, right,
Hey, Philly! And she turns and calls back.
I am so enamored with the stained glass, like getting easily distracted with all the colors, but when I hear my name, I turn. Yeah?
A new friend, come here.
I'm gonna flutter over and land down there and stick my hand out. Hi, Philomena Brio, at your service.
Right. And he shakes your hand, but very quickly brings his hand back away from you so you don't snatch it. I'm Aiden. And he just kind of, like, glances between you guys and is like, so where exactly are you from?
I'm gonna immediately jump in. Oh yes, I come from the Harclash Islands. It's a little known set of islands in the middle of Harclash with all the storms around it, you know? But it's a little hard to get to, but you can easily get out of it. I grew up there almost my entire life, actually. She's, like, launching into, like, a whole story.
Whoa, hold on. You came from out of the country.
I guess you could say that. I've been in this country for a little bit now, but I was practically raised on the Harclash Islands.
How old are you exactly?
I'm 17. And she, like, smiles all big.
What? He's like, this guy's, like, so bewildered, and he's like, how did you manage to even get here? How did you manage to get to Varuna in the first place?
Lorelei looks to you. You're 17. You're quite young.
Yeah. So I turned to Lorelei, answer her, and then I turned back to, did you say his name was Aiden?
Yes.
So Aiden, that's how I got here. I'm just gonna turn back and kind of look at him. Almost, like, a little bit worried. On a boat? I mean, that's the only way you can get to and from the Harclash Islands unless you fly, I guess, really high in the sky and try to fly through the storms.
Right. And is the queen aware?
That we're here?
Yeah, that you're here and that you're from outside of the country, which is, at this point, still illegal?
Oh my god. I turn to Lorelei. I'm a criminal. My existence is criminal. And I'll kind of turn back to Aiden.
Yeah, it is.
As soon as you say that, you hear like a clatter, and like one of the cooks was like carrying like a pan or something. As like they like stop and slowly look at you.
Hi.
She said potatoes are minimal because we don't like to eat potatoes. Go about your day.
Didn't you just say you were criminal?
Minimal, you misheard it.
All right, Logan, go ahead and make a deception check with advantage.
Okay. What's my deception? Oh, that's a straight roll. Okay. Oh my god, it's a natural 20.
Oh,
All right, this person just... Oh, okay. My bad. Quickly scoops up the pans and scurries off again.
That's right, keep going.
What does she have on her pan?
It was just an empty pan.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say if there's food on it, I wanted to take some, but...
Yeah, no, it's just empty. Meanwhile, Aiden is, like, looking at you, like, he's got, like, not exactly a spear, but like a spear. Like, a fancy spear. He's got one of those, and he, like, tightens his grip on it a bit and kind of looks... He's starting to get a little more suspicious of you now.
So I'll just kind of smile at him. And of course, I say smile, but she also has little pointed teeth, so it doesn't really... I don't think it really gives much, relief to anybody who she actually smiles at. But I'm gonna smile at him. Oh, don't worry. The Queen and I are actually very good friends.
Right. I doubt that, but if the Queen brought you here herself, then... He, like, scratches his chin and kind of squints at you, and I suppose you're allowed to be here as long as you don't cause any trouble.
I'm very good at not causing trouble. In fact, it's my middle name. Philomena, not causing trouble, Brio.
Yeah, I highly doubt that too.
You know what? That's actually, she's just gonna laugh at him. You're so funny. Anyway, it's nice to meet you. And I'll kind of like stick out my hand again for like another little goodbye handshake.
He doesn't take it this time, but he does give you a nod.
I see you're more of a nodding guy. Well, two can play at that game, and I give him like a really big, exaggerated nod.
He's like, he looks at you, then he looks at Lorelei, and then he looks at Shunk.
Lorelei's also gonna extend her hand out, or attempt to, one more time, in parting.
He really doesn't want to take it from you. He, like, gives you this look, like, and, like, just keeps his hands to his side.
Well then, if you don't want my friendliness, then I suppose I don't have to give it to you in return. And she puts her hand away. Nice to meet you. Whatever your name was.
Shunk just kind of like looks him up and down and just shrugs as he walks off.
He's just watching and he like scratches his head. Like, this guy is so confused.
Good.
Poor flat butt. We broke his mind.
He suddenly like turns, looks across the way to the dragonborn on the other side. Wilma!
Oh no, we're getting mom called on us.
As the dragonborn makes her way over, she kind of gives a passing glance to you all until she reaches Aiden, and they seem to start talking for a little bit up until you suddenly hear the sound of a giant bell chiming loudly to get everyone's attention. Guards and like maids nearby quickly scurry around. Any sort of chatter goes silent. After a moment, you hear some footsteps coming from the stairs. Hey, you three. You look up and you can see Celine from basically the middle of the stairs waving you up. The Queen wants you up here.
Our bestie calls.
Lorelei's gonna look back to Aiden and just say, "Someone's important," and turn.
Oh, snap!
I imagine her like flipping her hair as well as she like turns around.
Oh my God. Aiden, he's just like staring at you guys like, what? Huh? And then, but the dragonborn next to him, actually, you can hear her laughing a little bit.
Lorelei just gonna turn and walk away after saying that.
I will wave to both of them very enthusiastically, and then I'll head up the stairs with Lorelei.
Yeah, Shunk just hits him with like a shaka and like follows behind him.
Okay. I feel like I need to always make sure I know exactly where Shunk is.
Just to keep tabs on him.
One of these days, we're gonna be you guys are gonna be moving on, but Shunk is just gonna be stick around to do something. I feel like I constantly need to keep my eyes on him.
I thought you were gonna say it so we don't step on him by accident.
You don't keep tabs on him. All of a sudden, he's like fighting a god.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm I need to keep tabs on you all the time. Celine kind of motions to be quiet as you all ascend up to the stairs. Once you get to the top floor, she just takes you right up ahead where you can see 2 more huge doors are open. And you step out and you're on this balcony overlooking the entire crowd and the entire kingdom. Brie is up front, and Celine takes a post right over by the edge of the open door, basically. There is another guard opposite of her, and she kind of motions for you guys to just kind of wait right in the doorway.
As the queen steps out into the open, the crowd below continues to murmur amongst themselves. Does anyone even know exactly how many children live in the forest? No, it's never been used. It's even some planets have been used.
Greetings, citizens of Varuna! I am the sole heir of the Runesong Kingdom and newly crowned ruler, Queen Brevera Nevermore!
She can't possibly. The nosy man from before suddenly steps forward.
Oh, is this some kind of a joke? You can't possibly be a queen. You're only a child. What could you possibly know about ruling over a kingdom?
Probably more than you. I'd know better than to pick a fight with royalty anyway.
No. Please. Your immaturity is in plain sight. You there! Guards! Come to your senses now. You cannot truly expect a child to lead us in the wake of such tragedy. Have you traded your brains for obedience?
Hey! Don't you talk about my guards that way! Does anybody even know who you are?
Lawrence Cunningham, resident of...
Oh, cool! Nobody I know.
What? I beg your pardon?
Yeah, beg.
Oh, this is ridiculous. Why should we listen to the whims of some brat? Should we even believe you're the true queen?
Seriously? It's got a point. But how old is she? 10? That doesn't mean he...
Enough!
The crowd goes silent as Celine steps forward next to Brevera. The heir to the throne is not up for debate. We have far more important matters to address. Further antagonizing Queen Brevera will not be tolerated. You, sir, are free to leave if you cannot remain silent.
Now then, as I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted, first course of action is to recover anyone else who fell. Below us all are endless tunnels and caverns where there are sure to be more survivors. My guards are organizing rescue parties as we speak. Those able and willing to travel can join in. Messengers have already been sent to other towns for supplies. The injured will be organized by our royal mage and guard. You can probably volunteer there too. You know, if you know how to do the whole medicine thing, obviously. Oh, yeah! And those without places to stay will be given shelter by my guards as well. So, if anybody has any questions, ask them. Okay. How do I end a speech? Okay, yeah, I know we got more to talk about. Fare thee well for now.
Respectfully, I wanted to throw him in the hole.
Same. We still can.
True.
The crowd kind of begins to disperse, and Bree just turns around and seems very pleased with herself, and just kind of skips back over to the doorway where you all are.
That was a mighty fine speech, Your Majesty.
Why, thank you. And she gives you a curtsy.
I'll kind of like wrap one of my wings around her in like a side hug as she comes over.
Yay!
She gives you a hug back up until she hears, and she quickly like pushes you away and like slides, like gives you a wide berth as Havoc the llama just comes darting over and like stands in between you two.
I'm literally gonna like tuck myself as close to my own body as possible, like arms tucked in, legs together, wings folded in, like looking as innocent as possible.
Yeah, just,
Don't worry. He'll get used to you soon. Probably. Hopefully.
I hope so. Bree, that was a really nice speech you gave. I think the people are going to grow to really like you.
she gives you a big smile and claps her hands together and,
Okay. What's next? Should we celebrate?
and Celine walks over behind her and kind of gives her this. It's a soft look, like endeared, but like also, no, not really a time to celebrate, kid. But she gives her this look and, there are a few more things we should discuss before we do anything else.
No. Okay. Well, you know what? You guys can pretty much have the run of the castle and the guards and stuff. You can go help with whatever you want, really. I don't know. You do, like, the magic-y stuff. Maybe you can, like, help with, like, the medicine stuff.
And she's just, like, pointing, like this is a child. This is a child.
Bless her.
I love her.
Shunk just kind of like walks on over to Philly, like tugs on her clothes and just says, "Hey, ask her about the library."
Oh yeah, good idea. Thank you, Shunk. I'll kind of pat the top of his head because I can. Bree, you mentioned before that there was a library in the castle. Do you think you could show us where that is?
Oh, yeah! So that she, pretty much just, like, spins around on her heel and, like, waves you along. Follow me! And she just starts running down the halls.
I will run after her.
Lorelei will look to Celine just to make sure that we're allowed to go to this library. Like Brie doesn't have anywhere else to be.
Celine kind of, like, hesitates. Like, she glances, like, she watches Brie go off, and then she kind of glances at you. And then she shrugs, and she just runs to catch up with her.
Alright, Lorelei's following behind.
I love them all.
Shunk is still saving from being pat on the head, so he kind of just like begrudgingly stomps his way behind him.
Alright, so she runs, alright, so back the way you came, towards the stairs. At the top of the stairs, it, like, leads to, a few other rooms. There are, like, to the left and right, there are hallways similar to downstairs. Brie takes the right hallway, leads you a little bit further down to these, big wooden doors, and unnecessarily, she literally kicks them open and hops inside. As you all step in, you can see it's almost like the walls themselves are made up of just the shelves that make up the books that stretch all the way up high towards the ceiling. There are a couple tables here and there for people to sit and read, but it is just chock full of all kinds of books and stuff.
Wow.
This is it!
I'm just like fixated, distracted by the entire aura of the room.
Yeah, Lorelei looks around. She doesn't say anything, but just blinks a few times in surprise at just the sheer size of this library.
Dude, even like real life me is just shook.
Lorelei will look to you, Philly. All right, well, was there something in particular you're looking for?
Oh, yes. Bree, do you happen to know if you have any books or papers about deities from around the world?
I mean, probably. I don't know where exactly they would be, though. I'm not very good at organizing this stuff.
That's okay. Mind if I take a look around?
Yeah, go nuts.
In that case, can I just, like, fly around the room and look at all the bookshelves and see if I can find anything about Harklash Island gods? I mean, that would be, like, the ideal, or just, like, worldly gods in more general terms.
We'll go with an investigation check for that. In the meantime, let's see, Lorelei and Shunk, are you guys going to look around for any books as well?
Yes. I want to see if there are any books on anything maybe related to that underground abandoned city we found, like maybe mentions of a ruined city or just any ancient cities.
Shunk is kind of like side-eyeing everyone, making sure like no one's looking towards him as he kind of like sneaks away to try and find like a coloring book or like a pop-up picture book.
Oh, okay.
He's trying to find like the kids section.
Well, lucky for you, that is literally pretty much all the lower shelves, and it's you can pretty much tell from the height of the shelves, comparing that to Brivera's height. You can tell what she meant by not keeping things organized, in that it's pretty clear she didn't pay much attention to where the books were supposed to go when she was done with them, as opposed to just throwing them back on the shelves. So the further up, the books are a little more
boring.
Neatly put. Yeah.
In that case, he's looking for the most colorful book.
Shunk, you find a bunch of them.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Philly, what did you roll on your investigation? Also, Lorelei, you roll one too.
Oh, yes.
Can I have advantage because you really like me?
Oh no, what was it?
Well, in total, that's a 7.
I did worse.
It was a 5 plus 2. Is there maybe like a directory or something that has like a
There probably is one. But let's see. So real quick, with those checks, neither of you found what you were looking for.
Of course
right,
not.
makes sense. I got an 8 minus 2, making it a 6.
Ah, ouch.
Yeah.
Shunk's gonna see Philly like zooming around looking for books, so he's just gonna like pick up a random book from the shelf and just hand it to her. Is this it?
What book did he hand me? I need to know.
Probably something like Goodnight Moon.
I was gonna say Tabaxi in the Hat, but that also works.
Tabaxi in the Hat. That's awesome.
So I kind of like flip through the pages, and I clearly see that it's like a small kid's picture book, and I'll kind of close it and hand it back to him. This is not the one I'm looking for, but I'm sure it's very nice. And I kind of hand it back to him.
From the door, you can hear Brie is gonna call out to you all, and
Okay, I have to go do meeting stuff, apparently. But if you guys need anything, you can just go downstairs. You can ask Wilma, or I don't know, maybe, I don't know.
Flat butt.
This kid is like... This kid is...
I don't know. She's great.
She's a kid. She's a kid. Oh my goodness. Yeah, but... And Celine kind of, like, puts a hand up to her forehead, like, oh, okay. What she means to say is, we are going to be in the throne room. We're going to be discussing what to do about the reparations. If you need anything, you can come ask either me or any of the other guards downstairs.
I'll look back to Celine, just kind of like nodding as I'm continuing to peruse the shelves.
And Brie, like, kind of like kicks at the ground. She's not looking forward to this. She's...
Okay, let's get this over with.
And with that, she quickly turns and she steps out in the hall, and she just kind of stands for a second. And she goes, Racia! And just books it down the hall, and Celine's she just kind of sighs, but jogs to catch up with her.
I love her.
Lorelei will call, put some pep in your step, Celine.
Oh, wow. Lorelei's she's on some sassiness or something today.
Yeah.
the queen gave her power.
She realizes she can bully these people now.
Lorelei, did you have any luck finding anything?
Very defeated. No, there's too many books here to even find anything relatively close to what I want.
Too many books in a library? Wow.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Shunk's just like sat on the floor, like flipping through the pages of the tabaxi in a hat.
Well, how about you, Shunk? Since you're so confident.
Shunk like proudly holds up his book, just like pages splayed open.
Oh wow, a picture book. What you looking at?
Cat.
That is a cat.
I have a strange request. You can totally say no if you want to.
No.
Oh, okay, never mind. I would like to, cause I have I've had this feeling that like my mom Kira has been like guiding me before, like when we went and found Bree in the hole. So I feel like I would have this idea of like, if I did something to like maybe either like appeal to her or to like call out for her aid, that like she could maybe lead me in the right direction. So I feel like in this moment, Philly would maybe pull out her violin and like play something on it as like a way to like connect to her mother, who is the music goddess, and see if maybe like it may either like spiritually, mentally, or like physically lead her to the information she needs to find her mom.
Okay. Let's see. We'll make that a... Okay, I don't know if there's a difference in your modifiers for this, but I will let you choose between a religion check or a performance check.
They are both the same. So
okay, then either one.
I will do performance. I feel like that's what she would be kind of going for, like less of the spiritual, more just like connecting through the music. Dice gods, please give me something good. This is really, really cool, and I don't want to fall flat on my face.
This is a really cool visual.
This is such a cool thing. That's a 17 plus 2, that's a 19.
Nice.
All right, very nice, very nice.
Big breath out.
Yay!
So, you two, well, the other two, you just pretty much listen as Philly starts to play this beautiful, emotional, kind of heartfelt song. It just fills the library, and the echo just gives it this almost kind of spiritual, heavenly feel. It's a very soothing song to listen to. And as it slowly starts to end, Phil, you kind of look around, and nothing particularly, like, reaches out to you. But you do get the sense of calm. And you kind of figure, with the general history of Varuna being so closed off, it's very unlikely that there would be any kind of manuscripts or any books on the Harclash Islands, let alone any non-overseeing gods.
So I'll finish playing the song, kind of open my eyes and take a deep breath with that calmness, and kind of tuck my violin away and just turn back to the group. I don't think it's here. I don't think any of it's here.
You got that from a song?
Yeah. I guess I did. And I'll just kind of walk back to sit by the rest of the group, to sit by Shunk reading his book, and Lorelei kind of watching it.
It's got a really silly idea. Very inspired by Philly's attempt to find what she was looking for, Lorelei is gonna look from the picture book and then just kind of look to the side and close her eyes. DM, please, God. And she's just gonna be like, where would Nero look? Where would that stuck-up bitch look? Where would Nero look? And she's just concentrating so hard as where she would find anything close to this book.
Okay, remind me again which one you're looking for?
Anything on ancient abandoned cities.
Okay, I'm like trying to figure out, like, I don't know what to make you roll for this.
I'm embracing my inner Nira.
All right, you know what?
Make it animal handling.
Roll for spite or
Roll for spite.
So you pretty much turn in a direction and you start walking. Careful not to trip over anything, but you do kind of slide your hand along the way, and like your fingers kind of like get caught in between a couple of the books. That causes you to stop, and you turn, and you do find yourself looking at a few history books.
My gods, it worked. All right. What do these books, what do the titles say?
Pretty much it is mostly on history of Varuna itself. There doesn't seem to be much that like says anything about like missing or like abandoned cities specifically, but there are a few things on the general history of Varuna, especially the riverside cities came to be. There are, surprisingly enough, there is actually a book on the previous war between Sauron and which would eventually become Cloudreach. And alongside there are a few books on the general flora, fauna, and monsters common in Varuna.
Okay. Cool. Then Lorelei will put those books away and make her way back to the group. She found something. Wasn't what she wanted, but unfortunately she did embrace Nira's intelligence and found something, so she's a bit upset now.
Wait, Lorelei, can you pass me that book really fast? The one you were just reading?
She run back and did I take it with me? I'm assuming I didn't.
No, you said you put it back, so you have to run back, you have to grab it. You can just throw it.
Yeah. 1 sec. She runs back and grabs the book, runs back to you, and hands you the book.
If I look through the history section of Varuna, is there any records of, like, earthquake sinkholes happening in the past?
Oh.
Yeah, as you're looking in, you do see, there are a couple mentions here and there of, earthquakes and landslides, particularly because, so Runesong itself is kind of tucked away in a canyon, and so frequently there will be like earthquakes, which will cause landslides. It's not very common for there to be, a huge split in the ground, but earthquakes are somewhat common in this general terrain. Furthermore, long before Varuna became pretty much the way it is now, with most of their trades and civilization being based around the river. For a little bit, it was kind of like a mining country, not necessarily quite as much as Harklash was, because they didn't find as many valuable gems and minerals and stuff down here, but it does seem like people had originally tried to make their living out of mining, but eventually due to the dry terrain and the earthquakes and just not having enough good stuff to really make up for the risk, mining was mostly abandoned, and yeah. Yep, pretty much that.
Gotcha. So with that information, I'm gonna kind of look to the group. There's something that's been in the back of my mind since our whole adventure down in the tunnels, and it's that. So we found the ancient city down there, but when we came to the surface and found that the entire town had been buried, we never found any remnants or evidence of the new city being down in the tunnels or in the hole, which makes me wonder if the old city that we found in the tunnels once sat on the surface where the new city was built and somehow sunk in some other disastrous event. And if that's true, and the new city also sunk during a disastrous event, why did we not find the new city.
This is just as the meta question. About how far away was the old city to where we are now?
It's really difficult to tell. Especially with, being underground versus having to traverse above ground and everything, but I'd say good, from where you came out of, it was about, if I remember correctly, maybe an hour and a half walk to get back to the main city.
Okay, cool. Lorelei will look to Philly then. I mean, it's possible, but what's the likelihood of there being a tunnel that connects from the city we found to the new underground city, gesturing to the giant hole in the kingdom.
The hole.
The hole. Yeah, that also makes sense. I just wonder how that old city originally got in the tunnels.
You're thinking it also fell in?
Yes. Maybe?
I mean, it's possible, considering we just watched one fall in. I wouldn't doubt it's happened in the past, though I'm not sure on this grand of a scale. There's no mention of any abandoned cities in the history book, so it's likely it was a regular town and fell.
I mean, there are records of, earthquakes and landslides in these books, but to my knowledge, nothing talks about an actual city falling. But things can be missing from history books. I'm, living proof that some things you want to find in a history book just aren't there.
Missing or purposefully left out. Do you think we're allowed to hold on to these books?
Philly's gonna look at Lorelei and do something, a bit unexpected. And she's just gonna kind of tuck the book into the folds of her clothing. We can now.
You're a criminal, man. You're a criminal.
Oh boy.
Philomena, would I be surprised?
She just kind of sheepishly giggles. It's important, okay? If it was just some random book, I wouldn't be doing this, but it just seems important to us and to everyone.
How about you, Shunk? Are you keeping your picture book with you?
The sun did.
Mm-hmm.
He's just his brows super furrowed as he's super concentrating on the book.
This is the guy who saved you multiple times?
Yep, that's him. That's my Shunkle.
She gives a very just confused and concerned look, but doesn't say anything.
I'm just smiling down at Shunk, not actually saying it, but the expression of you're doing great, sweetie.
He's full sweating as well.
I love it.
Oh my god, I love Shunk so much.
Alright, well, we have officially stolen a book. Was there anything else you wanted to do in this library?
He gets frustrated at the book as he kind of just throws it across the room. He's like, yep, time to go.
A few things you guys could do. If you so desire, you could try to find staff to help around the castle. You could simply wait for Brie to get done with some of her meetings. You could go back out, try to organize some search and rescue with the guard. You could try to help with some of the recovery efforts, or you could just find a place to rest. It's not quite evening yet, but you can still try to find a place to stay for the night.
Was there a guard outside of the library?
Not outside the library, no.
I would like to find the nearest guard and just go up to him and be like, hey, the queen said you need to give me your weapons because we need to go save the world.
Okay, let's see, nearest guard. Well, most of the guards would be back downstairs by the entrance. They're still organizing.
The entrance where Aiden is?
Flat butt.
Flat butt.
All right, okay.
Yeah, I want to go up to Flat Butt and just
You're going up
tug on his guard uniform and be like,
okay.
Hey, the queen said you need to give me that fancy pole.
He just grips it a little tighter and no.
Okay, go against what the queen said.
Yeah, I think I'll take my chances.
She has a real nasty llama, too.
Oh, what's that?
Oh,
it sounds like I hear
I'm
a
aware.
llama coming.
Oh, no, I'm very aware of the llama.
Yeah, then you should be very aware that if you're doubting what he's saying about the queen, the llama's gonna come after you, too.
He's not. But why exactly are you asking for my weapon?
You're not doing much with it.
Dang.
Shunk just like holds out his hand. He's like, I'll bring it back.
No. If any, I'm not supposed to be without my gear when I'm on the job anyway.
I pull out one of my hand axes and like I offer it to him as a trade.
He looks at it and glances back at you and tempting, but no.
All right, well, when you fall in the hole, you can save your own self. And I'll just walk off.
Right. And he kind of glances at you two, Philly and Lorelei.
I just kind of like look between Aiden and Shunk and just kind of shrug.
It's a really deep hole. And she turns around.
Well, I must say, with all due respect, you are the strangest crew I have ever met.
Full on sincerity. Thank you.
I need to use my vacation days.
No, I'll give him a vacation day.
We make a man quit.
This is my favorite NPC.
We need flatbutt fan art stacked.
No!
Flatbutt! I love Flatbutt.
I want so much fan art of this man.
I cannot believe This is like one of the NPCs I put so little thought into, and you're forcing me to think about it, and I don't like it.
I mean, you already gave him a family, so you can't go.
I don't like it.
Did you say you had a husband and you had kids at
And
home?
kids?
Like,
Yeah, that is like the bare minimum. That is the bare minimum kind of development.
I want to meet his husband. Oh my god.
If I roll a nat 20 right now, will you tell me if he has a pet or not?
Roll investigation.
Like, does he look like a pet, like a dog owner or a cat owner?
That
No.
is like a 9, so
He
probably
raises
not.
llamas.
You have no f***ing clue.
Cool.
You know, this is definitely not the NPC I was prepared for today, but I guess here we are. What if I just kill him? What if I just kill him?
No! He's all I have.
He's the one guard you've spoken to!
Precisely.
Let Flatbutt join the party.
Oh my god, can he? He'd be such a good dynamic. Like, he's so
He
silly.
would.
He's so confused all the time. I love him.
No.
He really balanced it out.
Balance it on his flat butt.
What's his class?
Guard.
Guard, but like, what's he good? Is he a paladin? Is he a...
He's like Ken, whose job is just beach. He's like, my job is just guard.
You're gonna take him away from his loving husband and children? You're gonna put his life at risk?
Okay, what if we go on a side quest to go kill his family so he's forced to come party with us?
Wait, no.
What if we just make him quit his current job? Then he does his 9 to 5 going out with us.
He said he wanted vacation days.
He turns out
or
like
just
Pete
vacation.
from Deadpool.
Yes.
He's just a 9 to 5 hero. It's like he's in the middle of a fight. It's like 4:59. It's like, come on, guys, we gotta wrap this up.
You might wanna wait a little bit. There might be some NPCs we're gonna like a whole lot more that actually have development.
I don't think so.
Yeah, but we're attached to Flatbutt now.
Okay, what makes you think he's gonna willingly go with you?
Who said anything about willingly?
How's it gonna help the party if he's with you unwillingly?
He'll come to like us.
I've got some rope.
I have 25-foot chain.
I'm crying.
Typically, kidnapping a guardsman is not a very good idea for your health.
God. This is the best session we've had, I think. Nothing's happened besides
I was gonna say, this
looking
session
for
is going,
books.
like, again, it's gonna be you cutting out so much bull. It's just gonna be a 20-minute episode of us doing jack.
No, it's just gonna be the intro and then like straight to the outro.
we should probably get back to the actual like story.
The
and
main
characters.
plot.
Yes.
Main
Main
so
plot,
as-
yeah.
So, what the are you actually doing now?
After we talked to Flatbutt, I mean, was there anything we wanted to do, like snooping around the castle, or did we just want to hang out till Brie was done?
I mean, we could like help out with some of like the repairs and healing and stuff like that. Maybe see like what kind of information we could dig up while doing those kind of things.
Ooh, interrogations, I'm down.
No, that's not what I said at all.
He said get information. I heard interrogation.
That is nothing like I said.
You are literally, like, you literally have the option to, like, go out. Like, you can literally do whatever you want. You can, like, go out and help people. You can go out, like, you can check with the guard. You don't need to interrogate people.
So we go straight to murder.
Yeah, I'm gonna call it. Since I have wings, I feel like I would go out and help with like the rescue effort to like fly down as far into the hole as possible and see like if we could rescue anyone who fell in or like from other areas around. Do like search and rescue. So if anyone wants to join me on that, or we could, I know this is like the forbidden thing to do in D&D, is split the party and each of us like help out on a different task.
I mean, I'm a cleric, so I guess I could come out there with you, and if there's anybody who's hurt, I can help once you pull them out.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
We'll tag team that.
I can just throw rocks.
Okay, I love it. It's perfect. So yeah, I'll relay my plan to the group. We will make our little course of action plan, and then I guess we'll head out of the castle into the town and see
So we're going in the hole?
who we can find. We're going in the hole.
I'm so excited.
Cool. Everybody in the hole.
Are you guys going right out just yourselves, or did you want to talk with the guard and organize with them?
Can we take Aiden with us?
No.
Oh.
Shut that down so fast.
Aiden is not part of the group that's, like, organizing the parties. That is...
Yeah.
We're gonna come back next session and Aiden's gonna be mysteriously dead.
Why wait till next session?
We'll have a funeral for him, but
He's gonna be replaced with just a regular human called Jaden.
Not Jaden.
Noted.
It's just Aiden with a mustache.
He's like wearing disguises trying to escape you.
A mysterious trench coat with two big bulges in the back to hide his wings. And he's like, hello, yes, I am human, Jaden. Man. Yeah, let's coordinate with the guards and see what kind of rescue efforts we can make. We can find more kids in the hole.
Okay, so you go over to where the Dragonborn is coordinating some of the groups, and it looks like she is just about done. Most of the groups have already gone out and dispersed, and she's just talking to a couple last guards, going over a few plans.
Wilma, is it?
And she pauses and slowly turns around to you and kind of looks at you guys. Mm-hmm.
I'll stick my hand out once again. Hi, I'm Philomena, and this is Lorelei, and this is Shunk. We were the ones that came back to town with the Queen. We wanted to help you guys with any search and rescue efforts you may be doing at the time.
So as this Dragonborn, turns and glances at you, she suddenly gives you this huge, sharp, toothy grin and clasps her hands together and just
Heck yeah!
towards you a little bit and... Oh! So you're the new recruits who made friends with our little Brie, aren't ya?
I the kind of, like, hand in hand, like, both hands handshake. I clasp my other hand on her hand, like, immediately as soon as she opens her mouth. I love this woman.
She immediately, opens her hands to take yours, and, with both hands, she's shaking it. Well, what a pleasure to meet ya!
I love her! Yeah, I take it, and I also give her, a little fanged grin. It's awesome to meet you, too! So do you guys need any help?
Oh, I'm sure we could fit you in somewhere. Say, how was it you exactly got out of them tunnels?
I'll kind of, spread my wings out a little bit and just, smile at her. These definitely helped.
So you just flew right out, did ya?
Well, it was a little more than that. We had some obstacles and some monsters. We had to face a really big troll. It was kind of crazy.
Well, I'll say you certainly made the impression in our little queen. So, what brings you here to Varuna in the first place? I hear you're not necessarily from these parts?
Oh, yes. I'm from the Harclash Islands. Big storms, secluded, that whole kind of thing. I originally came here hoping to find some information on my mom, but that didn't really end up panning out, but that's okay because I got to meet all of you guys and I got to help out the queen.
Oh, well, aren't you sweet?
I love her.
Well, like Philomena here said, if there's anywhere we can help, I'm sure we can lend a hand somewhere.
Shunk just kind of like walks up besides Wilma and kind of like pokes her arm and be like, do you have any equipment we can use?
Oh, you don't have any of your own equipment?
Oh, yeah, no, we do. We just, if you had anything more suitable for search and rescue, it would be more useful. Can't really dig holes with this as he starts swinging his maul around.
No, you don't need to go digging holes. Let's see. I'm sure we got plenty of supplies we can use if we put you together with some of the groups outside. But before we do that, and she kind of glances at all of you, like puts her hand up to her chin, and about how long are you all gonna be staying around here?
That's a phenomenal question. I have no idea. We were brought here to give information, and we were hoping to receive information. And she looks to the group. I'm not sure how long we're sticking around for.
I'll kind of return the look that Lorelei gave me. I'll kind of look to Shunk too. Our original plan was just to pass through and find what we were looking for, but seeing as all of this happened while we were here, maybe it would be better if we stayed for a little longer?
Oh, well, I'm sure everyone would be mighty thankful if you did decide to stick around and help out for a while. But just one thing before I send you on your way.
And she bends down, and she's still got, like, that big grin showing all of her teeth, but her eyes suddenly get very intense as she stares you down, and
I don't know what you folks are really looking for here, but if you do anything to hurt our beloved little queen, I will tear your heads off and put them up on my door.
If no one's doing anything, I'm gonna say something.
do it.
Okay. Lorelei she's not tainted by this in any way, as she looks her in the eyes. Listen, if we want to do anything to your queen, it would have already been done. It was your people who let her go away in the first place.
Dang.
And she quickly stands back up. Oh, we let her go, you say? Well, now.
Yeah, then explain why we found her in the hole.
Real quick, what is your armor class, Lorelei?
Oh no.
16.
Okay, she, gets up to her full height, and she is taller than you lot, and she, holds up, she's also got, a spear, but she turns it to the blunt end and hits you right square in the chest, Lorelei, and
ouch.
Now, I don't know if you've noticed, but we don't have the ability to create such an earthquake. Natural disasters can't be pinned onto the guard.
I wasn't pinning y'all on the hole in your city. I was simply saying there's another city out there where she was found. And if you want more information, I reckon you let us help you.
That's another city, you say?
And that's all you're getting from us, because yet again, it is confidential information. As she gestures to Aiden Flatbutt, your friend over there knows already.
Oh, does he? Well,
Yo, sure, but some people like to change their minds, so don't let me find you saying otherwise.
Then we're agreed.
Right. And I'm just warning you not to do anything that might bring further harm to the Nevermore heir.
This whole time, like, as soon as Wilma started being a nasty little Karen, Philly, like, stepped back from her, and then when she hit Lorelei, her, like, arms and hands, like, where her, like, kind of longer, sharper, talon-like fingernails are, they've been, like, flexed, like, ready.
The bestie!
Like, subtly ready to go if need be. Besties!
Well, then consider me harmless.
Before we, like, leave, I would assume, Shunk's just gonna, like, slowly walk up to her and just hug her, like, grab her leg and just hug her. And he just looks up at her and be like, I'll bring you as many heads as I can.
Okay, before you do that, Shunk, so after Lorelei says, consider me harmless, and Philly says nothing after that, she clasps her hands together again and grins widely and, oh, well, isn't that good to hear? All right, then, why don't we go get you set up with some of the guards out there, and we can get started on some of the rescue.
Philly just, like, looks her up and down and then just turns and walks away. Like, opposite direction of where they would be going to get set up with the guards. She's not going.
She like, watches you walk and, oh, that's the wrong way, but all right. Bye-bye, then.
I ignore her. No response back. I liked her in the beginning, and now she sucks.
She sucks because she threatened you not to hurt the child?
Only Philly can do that.
Yes, because why would we hurt the kid?
That's Philly's role, so she's jealous.
No,
Yeah,
wait.
Okay, so Philly is gone. Alright, Shunk, so you want to hug her and tell her you're gonna give her heads, or?
Yeah.
Yeah, she looks down at you. Oh, well, aren't you charming?
And he just waves her by as he kind of like scurries off towards Philly.
She goes, that's still the wrong... Okay. I thought you all wanted to go help outside.
He like quickly runs the other way.
Oh, well,
And then he sees Philly and he just doubles back again.
Is your little friend there okay?
Lorelei, despite not liking this woman very much, looks to the party and back to her and back to the party and then back to her. I'm just gonna go with them. Go on ahead.
All right. And she just kind of holds her hand up and turns and walks out the doors. All right. Well, Aiden certainly wasn't kidding. They are a weird bunch.
I think Aiden needs a new job.
He does. Flopbutt needs a new
He's
bestie.
hanging out with the wrong crowd.
Aiden needs a new butt.
What does that say about Bree, then?
The wrong crowd is in Wilma. She is the crowd.
Picking back up, you all walked somewhere else within the castle. Where exactly did you all go?
Literally just
where should we
away
go?
from Wilma was where I was going.
To a corner of the entrance room, perhaps?
Yeah, sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, you're standing in the corner now. A few people, like, there aren't many people left in the castle, as most of them are out, trying to help the residents, but there are a few here and there who are kind of glancing at you, kind of like glancing at each other, like, why are they all just Blair Witch style staring at the corner there? But no, none of them stops to ask. They just kind of, shrug it off and continue with their duties.
Yeah, I'm just like, I stormed away. Yeah, I just found myself in the corner, kind of almost doing that, like, just not even looking where you're going kind of thing, just walking. And so I just kind of like ended up finding myself in the corner, and I'm like, well, I'm too distracted. I have other things on my mind to find an actual place to go, so this is just my corner now.
Is there a pillar in this corner?
Oh, I hope
Sure,
so.
there can be a pillar here.
Great. Then Lorelei's gonna follow behind Philly. Once she stops at the corner, she'll kind of stop behind you. I look to the pillar that you're standing by. Back at the pillar again, are we?
Guess so. Kind of like looking up and just noticing that I'm by a pillar. And like, Philly almost like, when she looks at you, she's almost kind of like teary-eyed a little bit. Lorelei, I don't know what's wrong. I've never felt so angry. She was so rude to you. She pushed you.
Yeah, and she looks down to her. Did I take damage from that, by the way, or no? Or is that just for flavor?
No, I just needed to see if she, like, actually pushed you or not.
Okay. Yeah, then she'll look down to her stomach and then back up to Philly. It didn't hurt. It's fine. I instigated her. Rightfully so, though.
I'll just kind of like, almost like the holding back tears look as I just kind of nod. I'm sorry. Usually I don't interact with people who are disrespectful like that. I'm kind to people, and in turn, they're usually kind to me. And seeing her doubt our integrity and doubting if we were going to be nice and caring to the queen when we literally saved her life from the hole and brought her back to the castle, which it's not even about recognition or anything like that. It's just, we're good people, and when people doubt that, I don't know what I'm feeling right now. Like, this is the first time she's, like, really felt kind of angry.
Oh, bless her.
So she's just, like, trying to figure out what the heck she's feeling.
Shunk pats her on the back. And then he, like, holds up his maul and is like, kill?
No, I didn't say that. And that kind of, like, snaps her out of her like, upset, like, emotion when he's like, I'm gonna go kill her. Yeah, no, I never said that. I don't know, this is the first time I've ever felt, I guess you guys call it anger.
For once, Lorelei is going to show a bit more emotion on her face, trying to sympathize with Philly as she looks to Shunk after he says kill.
So much for the hug!
May I suggest the alternative of kill him with kindness, as that's what you've been doing for a while now, and doing a good job at it, may I add.
Thanks.
There are gonna be people in the world who don't always see your intentions for what they are, but that's just because they don't know you. And if they don't care to get to know you, then I see no reason why you should be bothered by them.
Billy's like contemplating kind of what you said. And when you say the words like, if they don't care to get to know you, they're not worth, like, I'm not gonna say it verbatim, but like basically they're not worth like thinking about if they don't get to know you. She kind of looks up at you, almost kind of startled. You know, sometimes I think you're right, and sometimes I just don't think that's true. I'll kind of like suddenly just kind of take Lorelei's hand. Thanks for that. I guess we should probably go help, since we did say we were going to do that.
Yeah, if you're up to it.
Yeah. Like you said, kill him with kindness.
Kill him with kindness.
Kill?
With kindness.
Shunk is just completely cutting anything else out.
Shunk is going to pull out a hand axe from his pack and kind of like scroll the word kindness on the side of his maul.
Oh my gosh, that's so cute.
But it looks like it's written by like a 3-year-old. Like the N is backwards and there's only like one S.
I'll kind of look down at Shunk and just nod in approval. And then I'll ruffle his hair a little bit, and I'll start to head out of the castle to help with the relief effort.
Shunk just follows behind, just swinging his maul, just going, kindness, kindness.
Oh no, what have you done? What have you unleashed? So you guys head outside, and pretty much you can see the crowd is a bit more organized than it was before. There are a few guards here and there who are clearly like leading some efforts or giving directions. Some other people are a little off to the side, seem to be like using like salvaging what they can of like the rubble and some of the broken down houses to build up some temporary tents and shelters. You can actually see a few maids and cooks from the castle going in and out. Seem to be bringing a few rations and cloths and anything that they can, whip up really quickly for those in need. And Wilma is standing right by the stairs, overlooking both the guards working on the shelters and the guards talking with some of the people on, getting account of who's missing, who's wounded, so on and so forth.
I just heard a dice roll, now I'm scared. Is there anyone besides Wilma I can talk to?
Real.
Alright, you can choose between Wilma or Lawrence.
Oh.
Ooh, Mr. Sneaky Bacon.
I hate this.
I'm not gonna talk to anyone. I'm just gonna wait.
I'm like, can I just grab a lantern and fly straight into the hole, no warning?
No.
Well, I'm not talking to Wilma. She just punched me in the stomach. One of you guys can talk to Wilma.
Fine, I'll go talk to Wilma. You know what? I'll go do it.
I was gonna guess Shunk, but okay.
I'll do it.
Go for it, Philly.
Kill him with kindness.
I'll take a deep breath and walk back over there. I'll walk back over there.
And after a moment, she kinda turns around and notices you and, oh, this is how you came out after all.
Mm-hmm. I said I was going to, and I am.
She kinda glances at, real quick. Lorelei and Shunk, did you follow Philly, or are you still, standing away?
Shunk's right behind her.
Well, yeah. If Shunk went to, then I'll be with her as well.
Oh, okay, cool. Oh, well, that's lovely. All right, then, let's see. Exactly what areas are kind of in your comfort zone, then? Are you more into building shelters, or going into the deep, down tunnels?
I'll kind of, flap my wings a tiny bit. I'll probably be able to reach further down or access further down to the hole than some people, so I'll head there.
And I'm pretty good when it comes to healing or recovery efforts, so if there's anyone who gets lifted out of the hole, consider me interested.
Shunk's just jumping up and down. Deep, dark, deep down, deep, dark, deep down.
She looks at, she does the big toothy smile at you as well, at you again, Shunk, and, oh, well, that's great then. Okay. In that case, let's take you over to...
Please let it be flat butt. Please let it be flat butt. Please let it be flat butt.
wish.
Zayden.
I was doing the never eat soggy waffles in my head. Alright, let's go over to the south entrance down here. And she starts leading the way, kind of getting through the crowd over towards south of the big ol' hole. And when she finally stops at the edge, there are a few other guardsmen there. They're with some ropes and some chains and, obviously trying to lift a few, belongings or other clues and such down there. And right in front it's a very, very steep... It's not even really a slope, it's more of just a wall, but... the ground you're standing on here is a lot more sturdy. This is the sturdiest point where you can actually get to the edge of the hole and look down, and you can see just the mountains of rocks and debris and the broken houses and such. Wilma just kind of stands there and kind of glances down. She's got her hands on her hips and, well, you still sure you want to go down there?
Is there a lantern or something I can snatch nearby?
There are a couple people, there are a couple guards down there who have, torches and lanterns. You can see the light down there.
I'm just gonna kind of look at her and do, a little small salute. You just kind of do, the two fingers, and you just kind of do the little salute like that. And I'm gonna, kind of throw my hands back and spread my wings, and then just let myself fall back into the hole to, fly down there.
Okay, as you fly to, almost comically slow, Wilma just slowly kind of leans over to watch you go down, and, well, what do you know? Ain't that fancy?
I want to punch her in the face.
Lorelei looks to Shunk. I guess we're on the ground team?
Shunk kind of looks at Lorelei, looks at Wilma, then looks down at Philly. She's slowly descending down into the hole. As he kind of just points at Philly, And it just cannonballs off the edge.
Oh my gosh!
As Shunk goes down, Wilma is like, well, you go. Oh, yep. Okay, there he goes.
Can I catch him?
Try make a. We'll just make that a strength check.
Okay. That is a 9.
Oh!
Philly, you go to try and break Shunk's fall, but Shunk just collides with you instead, and you both crash into the ground. You can hear a couple, shouts from the guards and searchers as they're, scrambling to get out of the way of you as you land into the rubble. And up above, Wilma looks down and she, visibly winces. Oh!
Yeah, Lorelei, standing next to her, just peering over, looking down, as she sighs and looks back up to Wilma. Did I mention I was a cleric? I got it. As she goes to find a way down the hole safely.
She's... Yeah, I was wondering if they meant to do that. Are you sure y'all gonna be okay?
Sure is a very certain word. I'm not. As she goes to find a way down the hole.
Landing at the bottom of the hole, kind of shake myself off, I'll look over at Shunk and just kind of stick my fist out for a fist bump. Just be like, thanks for coming down with me.
Okay, so Lorelei, you're just kind of skirting around the edge, trying to find a way to, you want to go down, right?
Yeah. However the other guards and such got down, okay. I will take same path.
There's a safe stairwell with handrails and everything.
Perfectly
not
carved
here.
out.
Not here, but I'm keeping that in mind. All right.
For the record, I was looking really cool until Shunk jumped down the hole with me, is all I'm saying.
Yeah, and I made you look cooler.
So Wilma calls you over, Lorelei. Oh, over here, dear, if you want to go down there.
If I roll a nat 20, can Wilma slip and fall in the hole?
So she takes out this pretty long rope and just very quickly lassos it around your waist, knots it. You can kind of hear her mumbling to herself, you know how people mumble when they tie their shoes, like the steps that they use to teach kids.
Oh,
yeah,
she's pretty much doing that as she knots it, and she goes, all right then. Once you get down, you can go ahead and untie that, and then when you're ready to come back up, just give it a tug. And she turns and hands the rope over to another guard who is basically gonna spot you to get down. And she goes, all right, bye-bye now.
Yes, see ya. As Lorelei goes to climb down.
All right. You managed to safely make it down with the guard's help, just kind of gently leading you down to the deep, deep, dark, deep down.
What's this? Okay, as Lorelei makes her way to the bottom of this hole, she will untie herself. How are y'all looking? What's going on?
Yeah, I need to kind of know, because I want to, before I, go venturing looking for people, I want to make sure I, grab a torch or a lantern or something, because I don't want to have the same no dark vision situation as the beginning of this campaign.
Pretty much, you can just, see, the lights of, some people searching, and, mostly, it's mostly, searching, the rubble here. It's, there aren't a whole lot of, other openings or tunnel systems here in the hole. So mostly digging through the rubble, but and there by you is there is a pile of some torches and lanterns and tinder boxes for pretty much everyone to use to help light the way.
Sweet, I will take one of those then.
If there's any extra torches, I'll take one too.
Shunk sees everybody else pick up torches, so he picks one up as well and starts chewing on it.
God!
All right.
Of course he does. I love it.
So you two get torches. Shunk grabs a piece of wood to chew on. A giant toothpick.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and I guess we can just look around.
Yeah.
If we can find anyone.
Let's take a gander. What do we see?
Everybody go ahead and make one last perception check.
All right.
Let's do it. All right.
That was a terrible idea. Well, that's a 5.
Ooh, okay, that was a 19, and then plus 2, that's a 21.
There you go.
Shunk got a natural 20.
Oh,
dang!
Lorelei, you didn't find anything of value, really.
Yeah, that's so.
Shunk and Phil, you guys start investigating around the rubble, and there's not a whole lot that you can really salvage from the debris. But there are a couple other guards that you managed to meet up with who have found some people and some animals that they have managed to get them out. And Shunk, you especially take notice. You have also noticed further along like the edges of the hole, you can see tarps, which are undoubtedly covering the deceased who did not make it. And so you all just continue to help with the recovery, with finding whoever and whatever you can, whatever signs of life, and that is where we're going to end our session for today.
All right.
I thought they were gonna find something fun.